Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 2. I am so proud of you and I am loving hearing about your progress. Many of you are already feeling more energy, better sleep, less bloating, and we are just 8 days in. So I want to recap week 1 a little bit. You've practiced intermittent fasting, drinking more water, working out, focusing on whole food nutrition, and you've started to track food in the app, which is amazing. We've been keeping it simple and really leaning into the 3 W's: water, workouts, and whole foods. So use the comment section after you watch this video and tell me what you have been most successful with so far. And if you're struggling to hit all your macros right now, open up your eating window a bit. This is normal as your body adjusts to a smaller feeding window and more satiating foods. Eat until you are 80% full and slowly work your way towards your goals. As we discussed in week 1, it is super important that we fill our macros with single ingredient whole foods. This is not a if it fits in your macros approach. Processed foods are engineered to make you overeat. They cause blood sugar spikes and crashes, leading to cravings and fatigues. Whole foods provide the vitamins, minerals, and fiber and antioxidants your body needs for hormone balance, digestion, recovery, while keeping your blood sugar and energy stable, as well as keeping you full and satisfied for longer. As I check your macros at night, I'm also looking at your food logs sometimes if you want me to. Please let me know. I am happy to do that, to be able to provide the best feedback for you and really more suggestions to personalize it even more. Now that we've gotten some practice in with logging our food, we're going to start really honing in on the specific macro makeup of each of the foods we're consuming so that we can start to get a better understanding of how we eat for our goals and to feel our best. The 3 main macronutrients are carbs, fats, and protein, and the total of your macronutrients equals your calorie goal. Getting macro balance down takes time and practice. It's important to understand that with everything we do, we are not required to be perfect, and I want this to feel achievable, not overwhelming or frustrating. If you can start by focusing on optimizing your protein and staying within your calorie deficit, the other macros, carbs and fat, can be more flexible. So as you continue to log your food this week, I want your primary focus to be hitting your protein goal within 10 grams up or down of your goal. Number 1 tip to get the macro balance down and reduce the anxiety or mental load around what to eat during the day is to pre-log the night before or first thing in the AM. This may take a little time in the beginning, but it will pay off, I promise you, and allow you to be more present during the day with less stress. I want you to start sharing a screenshot of your macros if you haven't already in the group each night so that I can help by providing suggestions. This is especially helpful if you are having difficulty or feeling frustrated. Remember, every day is a fresh start. This week, you'll learn about the Faster Way to Fat Loss food cycle, and I will share with you why it is so highly effective when it's strategically paired with our Faster Way workouts. The food cycle looks like this for the first 3 weeks. Weeks 1 and 2, we have 2 low carb days, Monday and Tuesday, 2 regular macro days, Wednesday, Thursday, and 3 regular macro days and Saturday, and 2 low macro days on Friday and Sunday. Week 3, we're going to have 2 low carb days, Monday and Tuesday, a feast day, which is super exciting, on Wednesday, followed by a 24-hour fast on Thursday, 2 back-to-back regular macro days, Friday and Saturday, and a low macro day on Sunday. And you don't have to remember all of this. The app will tell you what to do. So let's dive into the carb cycling process. Carb cycling is an intentional variation of low carb and higher carb days. This strategy allows us the leverage, the benefits of a low carb lifestyle without the negative effects on our hormones, energy, and performance. Carb cycling also can improve insulin levels, helping your body to store less fat. When you reduce carbohydrates, you improve blood sugar regulation, reduce the insulin response in your body, and you're able to burn more fat. Because as we learned last week, insulin is the number 1 fat storing hormone, and when insulin is present, you're not burning fat. The purpose of low carb days is to deplete our glycogen stores, which is our carbohydrate stores, in the muscles and the liver so we can effectively burn fat, triglycerides, which is stored body fat, for fuel. The purpose of high carb days is to refill glycogen stores, provide easy to access energy to your muscles so that you can train hard and support hormone function, particularly thyroid, increasing thyroid output, and it helps you control hunger. If you've tried a low carb diet or know someone who has, it's likely that they lost quite a bit of weight initially, but then gained it all back because it's just not sustainable. So, carb cycling is a great middle ground and provides more balance and flexibility in your lifestyle. Throwing in a few low carb days in moderation a week helps you to really tap into your fat stores and accelerate fat loss while allowing you to move carbs throughout, excuse me, while allowing you to have more carbs throughout the rest of the week. We intentionally pair low carb days back to back because our body has a tremendous amount of carb stores, starting in our liver, then going into our muscles, and then into our fat stores. So on low carb day one, we're working to reduce our carb intake as well as starting to deplete those glycogen stores that are available in our body. On low carb day two, you can really start to tap into those fat stores a lot quicker because a lot of those glycogen stores or reserves are gone. On low carb and regular macro days, you will consume the same amount of overall energy, which is calories, but the macro makeup of those calories will be different. On regular macro days, much of the fuel you consume is carbohydrate based. Low carb days, much of the fuel you consume is fat based. So, low carb days. On low carb macro days, which are Monday and Tuesday every week, our goal is to consume less than 50 grams net carbs. Total carbs minus fiber equals net carbs. Fiber is a good carbohydrate, so it should not count against you. So, if you consume 75 total carbs and 25 of those are fiber, your total net carbs for the day are 50 net carbs. As a reminder, if you are pregnant, nursing, male, have hypothyroidism, vegan or vegetarian, 100 net carbs of grams, which is 75 and 75 for vegan and vegetarian. That's what you should be following. Everybody else is 50. So let's talk about what a low carb day should look like. High fat, moderate protein, low carb, under 50 net grams of carbs. Hit your protein macro minimum, which is going to be the same on regular macro days. Be sure to fill in those extra calories with healthy fats. You can typically double your fat gram intake on low carb days. Your app will do all of the calculations for you, even if you are 100 net grams of carbs, which was set up when your macros were set up. It's common, by the way, after 2 days to have low energy or feel maybe a little bit lethargic and depleted. You might be hungry, a little headachy, maybe have some detox symptoms. Detoxing from becoming a sugar burner to a fat burner. You've depleted all of those glycogen stores, so it is normal to feel this way. Your body will make the transition and adjust to this, and you'll not always feel this way. I don't feel that way anymore. And this is how you become more metabolically flexible. Some tips on low carb days for success. One, utilize our meal plans for easy low carb meal ideas and easy tracking to check out the recipes in our recipe library. Number two, pre-plan your macros. You've heard me say this so many times. Log your food the night before or early in the morning and make adjustments where need be. And number three, drink tons of water, especially while detoxing the first few weeks. This will help with bloating and digestion. And when you wake up feeling hungry, it may just be that you're thirsty. Same signal, but you're dehydrated. Drink a glass of water first thing in the morning before anything else. Number four, some go-to snacks to have on hand or mini meals that are great are nuts, raw veggies, cooked veggies, beef jerky, hard-boiled eggs, tuna packets, avocado. Think think high fat, protein dense, low carb. Number five, plan a variety of proteins for the week, high fat protein versus lean protein, so you don't get bored or burnt out. Low carb days focus on salmon, beef, pork, whole eggs. Regular macro days focus on lean proteins like egg whites, lean turkey, chicken breast, whitefish, shrimp, etc. Number six, focus on healthy fats to help you stay full longer, feel more satiated, and to help you reach your calorie goal. For example, fish, nuts, nut butter, seeds, avocado, coconut oil, chia seeds, etc. And number seven, fiber is so important. You want to get a minimum of 25 grams every day. Remember, adding in more fiber will help offset your net carbs. So, just look into the app if you need some more suggestions for good fiber sources, as well as protein, fats, and carbs. Some favorite low carb meals are Cobb salads, breakfast foods, burger bowls, steak and veggies, taco salad. You could do a spaghetti squash and meatballs, chicken salad, tuna salad. And if you have not checked out the Sonoma chicken salad in the Faster Way app yet, it is a favorite of everyone. Chia pudding is also great. So those are some of my favorite go-to low carb meals. We're going to transition our bodies from being a sugar burner, consistently burning off glycogen, to now becoming a fat burner. On low carb macro days, we incorporate high intensity interval training. And to me, this is really the secret sauce. HIIT is an extremely effective and efficient way for women to maximize fat loss and improve body composition. And it's been an integral part of my training for the last 2 years. When combined with resistance training and proper nutrition and recovery, this strategy works incredibly well to reduce visceral fat, elicit metabolic change, and improve insulin sensitivity. Your brain says, don't store fat, we need to use it. This type of training is also much more effective than long form cardio, but you don't need to do it every single day. 20 to 30 minutes a couple times a week is all you need. In the Faster Way, we incorporate two 20 to 30-minute HIIT workouts a week. So we go hard, we get sweaty, and we want that heart rate elevated. Not hard enough? Pick up the pace, jump higher, or grab some heavier weights because, yes, we do even incorporate weights into our high intensity workouts from time to time. So when you pair low carb strategically with HIIT, Tabata, strength workouts, you are going to feel the fat melting off your body. Give me a thumbs up in the comments section if you are excited about this, because I certainly was when I started and I still am. But we cannot do low carb all the time. We want to also consume carbs at the right times for the right reasons so that our hormones and metabolism can function optimally. So let's talk about regular macro days. We reintroduce carbs on Wednesdays with what we call our regular macro days. And we call them regular macro days because high carb is not the goal. Managing our carbohydrate intake is so important for balancing our blood sugar and improving insulin sensitivity. Everyone's macro goals will be different, but most people will be consuming around 150 to 200 grams on our regular macro day. On these days, we will aim to get close to our macro goals in grams of protein, fats, and carbs. We add back in foods like potatoes, rice, beans, legumes, fruits, veggies, quinoa, and maybe even some gluten-free oats. Choose lean proteins like egg whites, whitefish, lean beef, chicken, lean turkey. Fill your plate with lots of veggies. Pull back on the fat like avocado, nuts, nut butters, seeds, etc. Plan those carbs in early in your eating window, having carbs at each meal. My favorite carbs are fruits like apples, pears, bananas, berries, rice, any kind of potato, especially sweet potato. Again, pre-log your food until you get more comfortable with tracking and more consistent with hitting your targets. It will take a few weeks to get the hang of transitioning from low carb to regular macro days. And we pair these regular macro days with strength training in order to build muscle, which will then help you burn more calories even at rest. Muscle is key. It is key to a healthier metabolism. So on Wednesday, we typically do a total body workout. Thursdays is upper body, the second most important day of the week. Challenging yourself with heavier weights. And Saturday is leg day, which is my absolute favorite. When the body can easily access carbohydrates, stores for energy on strength training days, it has an opportunity to maintain and or build lean muscle mass. Continuing a low carbohydrate eating pattern into your strength training days may cause you to feel like you have no gas in the tank to perform your best and could lead to the breakdown of muscle tissue for energy, which is not what we want. Some discretionary calories and leg day treats, because as you know now, we have our treat day on leg day. Saturdays are my absolute favorite day. I love leg day, most important because it is the day that we are working their largest muscle group, our legs. The leg day strength training activity includes some of the more challenging movements of all the strength-based workouts, and the legs and glutes are among the largest muscle groups in the body. The opportunity to develop lean muscle, which will maximize our metabolism long term. On Saturdays, we're going to enjoy our favorite treats. We believe in balance through the Faster Way. I would never recommend a program that does not involve treats. I love my treats. We consume our favorite treats on Saturdays, which is leg day, with the intention that without guilt. Enjoy every last bite of that donut, pizza, cake, or whatever that is that you want to enjoy. Maybe it's a glass of wine. And the best practice is to track your treat and fit it into your macros for the day, again, planning ahead. Let's touch on low macro days really quick that are going to happen on Fridays and Sundays. We'll be consuming 25% less macros than on your regular macro days. Why? One, because it enhances carb depletion, and two, it increases fat burning. If you are pregnant, nursing, have hypothyroidism, or adrenal fatigue, please skip on the low macro days. Some of my top tips for low macro days, don't overthink it. Log your food ahead of time, adjust, fill in your rings. Think same macro distribution, balanced plate, protein, carbs, fiber, just smaller portions. And then choose high volume foods that are lower in calories. So, for examples, big, beautiful salads, stir fries, egg white scrambles with lots of vegetables, soups, etc. Choose lean protein sources like chicken, lean turkey, egg whites, tofu, tempeh, white fish, and limit the avocados, nuts, nut butter, seeds, oils, etc. that are high in fat. Use a cooking spray instead of a tablespoon of butter or olive oil. And the key to staying full on low macro days is to consume enough macros the day before. This is super important. So let's just really quick touch on our workouts. Hopefully you're enjoying the workouts we are doing together as a community. Continue doing the workouts, step up the intensity, challenge yourself, lift heavy in order to see results. Don't be afraid of lifting heavy. Challenge is required for change. Lift as heavy as you can while still maintaining good form. You'll know you are using the right weights if you are at almost failure on the last few reps without sacrificing form. That is key. Time between sets is intentional and you should need them to recover. I've heard people say, well, it gets boring during a 45-second break or a 1 minute break. That's okay. Boring is good. Enjoy that time. You should need that time to recover. The workouts are quick and dirty. They are 30 minutes in and out. The only way you can fail is if you quit. Weights, lift heavy, 8 to 10 pounds to increase as you go. We also incorporate 2 rest days, which are essential for building and repairing muscle, as well as balancing your hormones. Don't skip the active recovery days. It is the perfect complement to resistance training. It feels amazing to stretch and work on stability as well. And trust the process. We know they work. We know they will produce results. They are meant to be challenging. Do the best you can, modify and stop when you need to. If you have questions about incorporating other workouts or you're training for an event, please ask, but I highly encourage you to lean into our programming. It is the most efficient and effective way to build strength and burn fat. Some final quick notes: stay off the scale. We are building muscle fat faster than we are losing fat. It takes 4 to 6 weeks for your body to truly become a fat burner, and more importantly, for healing to take place. Don't give up, give it time, see it through, and trust the process. Stay a part of our community, stay engaged. I want to continue to hear from you daily. We are better together and we will rise and lift one another up together. If you haven't already, I'd like for you to start posting a screenshot of your macros along with how your day went and your daily win, focusing on daily wins, what we celebrate, we repeat. Let's make week 2 absolutely amazing. I am always here cheering you on.